So let's look at a final example to kind of show another important thing to be comfortable with when doing time value of money questions. And it's one we did not talk about yet at all. We haven't talked about it at all. And that's the adjusting of the payments, the number of periods, and the interest rate to reflect what kind of payment structure we have. So let's look at number 11 here. Okay. Number 11 says, Lena has just become eligible to participate in her company's retirement plan. Her company does not match contributions, but the plan does average an annual return of 12%. Now, you'd like to be in a plan that matches contributions, have an employer that does that, and that's kind of what, when the economy is going well, companies do that as a perk, but there's been a lot of belt tightening in recent years. Lena is 40 and plans to work to age 65. If she contributes $200 per month, how much will she have in her plan at retirement? Okay, here's the key. The thing is, now we're talking about payments that are monthly, $200 a month, but this annual return, this return of 12% is annual. So if you don't make any adjustments here, you're going to make a mistake because you're going to be mixing apples and oranges in terms of the periodicity here. We've got monthly payments, but annual rates of return. Well, here's what you would do. You'd say, oh, Lena, this is at age 40. This is time 0. Well, how many of these $200 payments, because she's going to start making these $200 payments per month, how many of those is she going to make? Well, the answer isn't 25. Yeah, she's going to retire in 25 years. Right? She says she's 40 and plans to work to age 65. But she's not making 25 of these payments. She's making 12 a year for 25 years. So 25 times 12, right? Let's use the other calculator for this one. So 25 times 12 is 300 of these payments. So she's actually going to make 300 of these payments of $200. Right? Well, the interest rate that we're quoted here is 12% annually. We just kind of zipped right by that before because every problem we did was in annual terms. All right? Well, when I write you a test question, an exam question, I'll make sure that I'm careful to let you know that the rate is in annual terms, and I usually do it by using the letters APR, which means annual percentage rate. Right? If I quote you the rate in annual terms and you have a monthly problem, what are you going to do? Well, in this example here, the N, the number of payments that Lena's making, is 300. She makes 300 payments of $200 each. Now, because they're cash outflows, these payments, we should be good and put a negative sign here on payment because that's a cash outflow for her. Okay, well, I want to know what she'll have upon retirement, but what's the interest rate that I use? Here's the adjustment that you make. The 300 number of payments, that was based on 25 years times 12 payments per year. Well, the interest rate here is going to be 1%. Where did I get 1% from? It's 12%, but that was the rate for the full year. So I have to divide by 12 to get the interest rate here. So when you're doing a monthly problem instead of an annual problem, you make a couple of adjustments. You let the N be the number of years times 12. The rate that you're quoted will almost always be in annual terms, and you're expected to notice that and to adjust it by dividing. So 12% annually means 1% a month. So now we have 300 months at 1% a month. $200 is the monthly payment. We can find the future value. Now the real key to this, you say, well, why don't I just do everything in annual terms? Well, the problem is she's not making annual payments. So you can't just stick with 25 and 12 here, because the payments that she make come every month. The way that she pays dictates that you have to switch the N to a number of months and the I to a monthly rate. If she was making $2,400 a year instead of $200 a month, then yeah, you could stick with 25 and 12. But how she makes these withdrawals, how she makes these payments into the account, that dictates everything. And because the payments are monthly, you have to make the adjustments. So the key for you is to look for what kind of payments does something make, or what kind of structure we say does it compound in. That's another kind of way of phrasing the same thing. So the interest here is going to be adjusted, so is the number of payments. Let's go into your calculator. Let's use this calculator this time. Let's say apps, number 1 for finance, number 1 for solver, N is, let's do 300. Now, the other neat thing here is if you wanted to type it in, 25 times 12, this calculator would do that for you automatically. If you're using the BA2, I don't think it would be as easy to do that. I would just type in 300 for N myself. Same thing here. You can do 12 divided by 12. Okay. There's no present value in this problem, so let's put a 0 in there. Payment, she's going to have a $200 deduction every month for 25 years. Scroll down to FV, hit alpha, enter, and you get, see the glare there, $375,769. So $375,769. If you want to check your answers, like we talked about earlier, you want to check your answers, you can go to number 11 here. Right? Go to number 11 and you get 375,769. Right? So that's where that came from. All right. Okay. Let's see. Anything else to do here? No, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and call it a wrap. You got any questions for me? Then no problem. We can go ahead and hit me up so that I can try to answer whatever you got. And in the meantime, hopefully you're trying all your practice problems so that you'll be ready come your assignment and quiz this week. Okay, see you next time.